Hey, it's Dr. Ko here from Reset Ketamine. Thanks for joining me. I wanted to take a moment to talk about this interesting legal regulation and law that had been vetoed by Governor Gavin Newsom. That was SB 58. This one was interestingly voted and passed for by the majority of the California House of Representatives and the Senate. And it came up to Governor Newsom's office to be either approved or denied. Unfortunately, this bill was denied by him. But he did have something interesting in his response to why he did not sign this law was because he says here, both peer-reviewed science and powerful personal anecdotes leads me to support new opportunities to address mental health through psychedelic medicines like those addressed in this bill. Psychedelics have proven to relieve people suffering from certain conditions such as depression, PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and other addictive personality traits. He thinks that this is an exciting frontier and California will be on the front end of leading the space. However, his concerns was that there was not enough information about dosing, therapeutic guidelines, and rules to prevent exploitation during these guided treatments, and no medical clearance prior to treatments to consider underlying psychoses. So accordingly, he vetoed the bill. But what I think is really powerful is a few things. Number one, it was approved by the House of Representatives as well as the Senate. That's a big advancement. Number two, Governor Newsom laid out clear guidelines on what he wants for it to be approved. And he even says in the end of his letter that he wants legislation to bring back another bill that includes some of these therapeutic guidelines. So at the same time, it can be disheartening to think about this. But I think there is a glimmer of light. There is hope because this means that there are changes that are occurring and that we can take next actions to promote the advancements in medical science. Now, given all of that, fortunately, there is an option now for patients who are suffering. Guess what? It's called ketamine therapy. Ketamine infusion therapy can be incredibly transformational. It can create psychedelic-like experiences. I refer to these as non-ordinary states of consciousness. And there's robust scientific data showing that for certain patients, it can be quite effective for depression, PTSD, anxiety, some forms of chronic neuropathic pain. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. Let's all stay hopeful and keep shining your light.